matches. We do have a player leaderboard to kick things off here, as you can see, sitting in first place, sitting pretty. It's on fire from Team Falcons with 22 kills.
Buriram United Esports, Homeboys Conspiracy, RQ Kazu, Attack All Around, and Hua Esports. Truly a star-studded. Would like to kind of chill out, those who play inner or outer circle, and I could say almost the same thing about Group C, but like, you know, a little worse. Well,
a little worse. How peaceful this early game is. I was expecting some gunfire already, especially from that initial hot drop that we saw, but Homeboys and Buriram, they're taking it quite slowly here, trying to find that opening, and we do finally see some shots coming in there from Wasana to open things up for the team. And Ace, first one to go down on the side of Homeboys. First elimination of the game, first blood, and Luffy's goes down as well. Buriram, they are cleaning up. Yeah, Get High drops down, but I mean, they got the majority of Homeboys.
Straight into Hua on the outside fence here. Hopefully Wasana is able to try and get that jump shot. Doesn't connect though. Has to lob some grenades over as we see the Trika and Yanbit and as well as Death having to give up their position. But Shin, he's already down. PE Sports say hello to the third, and Buriram now giving up that space back to Juan. Not sure where this third is coming from, as PE Sports will not falter just yet. They already found one of the members of the Star Knights and are looking for a little bit more. Realizing it's too hot, they're out of there. What? And Juan launching themselves. Hello? Where are they going?
They're about to fly into one of the players from Attack All Round. I'm a little bit concerned, but look at Koichi hiding for Star Knights on top of that billboard. Look, smart play. Sometimes you have to play extremely safe, and it means sometimes doing some of the less conventional strategies, which is being one with the billboard. But everyone is now starting to fight for these compounds. PE Sports wanting to secure one for themselves, and so far this team looking 4-man strong, looking pretty happy for themselves on the edge of this circle, in a really great spot to really go for these gatekeeps. AG Global looking to enter that central point as well. Buriram still sticking around the edge, and look at that next circle. It is in favor of Vamos and Expand.
You're kidding. What a weird pull. I mean, this is going to be interesting now because it's wide out in the open. There's not a lot of natural cover to work with other than trees and just the edge of Mars Electrical. But that northern side of Buriram AG and as well as PE Sports is going to be hot to get through those borders.
Oh, yeah. RRQ, they have run into Falcons, and if they can get some major shots here, that would be massive. The team is massively split, and they do manage to get a drop there onto Kororo, but they have been blocked up with those glue walls, so a pickup should be imminent here for Falcons. One more, though, going to be going down. That is a huge pickup there from RRQ. Can they finish off Falcons? The team that dominated yesterday, on fire is on the ground, but Abe also got picked off there by Peter. But RRQ, they might be able to get rid of Falcons here.
Oh, and they're doing so close. Kororo, he tries to turn it, gets eliminated. Still in 11th here as we move on to this fourth ring. So many teams still alive, but Expand the next. They were here first, and WAG seems to pressure them right back into the corner with no space to play here. And they also, wait, are they not running their usual electrotherapy? I mean, they drop down the Chrono once again, try and protect the glue walls eventually are going to fall down as the melters come through. WAG shooting fish in a fish barrel.
And they found the Axel as well. So Expand going to be ending the game in 8th place, unfortunately, as we now finally have our major defenders for this incoming circle. Everyone else is going to have to fight their way through. And looking at some of these other teams, a lot of them are massively injured. RRQ is down to their final 2. Buriram looking to be 3 or 4 man. We can't quite see where they are. Poongod, though, on the side of Attack All Round has been caught on out, unfortunately. And Ma'al actually being eliminated. RRQ, they're gone thanks to PE Sports.
PE Sports cut off the rotations and have been hunkering on the top of that floor for so long now. BRU trying to push them off of this position, but they're getting hailed by nades. PE drops down for the all-in. Tatsuya dashes away. Quick Riptide Rhythm ain't going to help too much. Now dropping down the Chrono as well as the electrotherapy to keep him alive. He's still alive.
They're doing it.
TQ keeps his team members alive as they're pushing Buriram outside. Star Knights get eliminated in the meantime, but it's not going to be an easy battle here. Laho does find Get High. Finally, a good headshot, but LPT takes out the rest. Wasana down with the help of the Uzi.
PE Sports. What is this? We have some major players in this final circle. PE Sports and WAG, 2 of our Vietnamese powerhouses in the league. Now WAG launching themselves towards Vamos. They did manage to drop a couple players. They launched themselves into this battle. This is extremely dangerous because it is out in the open. They have their sniper out in the distance, going to be coming in as well. Vamos, if they can defend this, they will have to deal with PE Sports, who are advancing and wanting to stick their nose into this battle as well.
And PE Sports, if they can just get those backs out, if they still have nades, and here it comes. The nades are they're splitting the fight into two, but it's really focused around WAG. And Vamos, they just let it go by. They go by it. LBT is trying to get back into the fight here, but he's getting zoned off. Luckily, with the electrotherapy, it doesn't take too much damage. Jun finds his own. They control the outer end and are now pushing PE Sports back out into the blue here. TQ finds Jun, and they also get Crimex as well. Laho does fall to Easy here, as WAG are still in to win it, but Allen's finally down, and Cyrus, he's just holding on his own. He doesn't want to be part of the fight, as PE Sports still have Don't Cry and LBT still running around. Cyrus does find Kathese in the middle of that fight, but LBT now, with the rest of his members, picking them up, Riptide Rhythm, to blow away that cover. Legolas finds one.
He got Cyrus!
Oh, that's the perfect target. Now PE Sports have one more person left, and it's pretty much secured here, as we do find it. Legolas holds out PE Sports on fire, push him to the very edge. That's a booyah for PE.
PE Sports, who would have guessed this team to get the first booyah of today, and it's on top of 22 eliminations, which is going to bump them up to 34 points total. PE Sports, what a strong start for this team. I thought it was going to be WAG. I mean, they did survive for as long as they did, but dang, PE Sports, hello.
It was a great rotation from them, right? They found their spot. Luckily, it was still considered to be in the ring. They managed to hold out as well, especially against Invaders attack all around, even Falcons, even to a certain degree WAG, who, well, at the very end, they decided, you know what, we're taking out Vamos first. Hot drop straight by
Vamos and Expand. Okay, so both of our MSP teams going to be jumping right on top of each other. And whoever wins is going to pick up a really pretty score of 4 points. And so far, Expand, they're sitting on 3 points. They haven't lost their final player, so it looks like Vamos are the ones to actually lose that fight all round. But look at that, though. Legalot, Vast Person, WAG is there. Krillin just ran by. Do not move. Do not breathe. Legalot. Legalot, he's got nowhere to go. Vamos are gone.
That was such a bad opening here, and that's out as well. So this is quite the kill zone for everybody.
Dude, it's almost get high there within that compound. Arbe looking really low there on the side of RRQ, but look at Buriram. Team is looking relatively healthy, wanting to fight into RRQ, who's really trying to play with these blue walls and all of these very small bottlenecks that they've managed to put together. Get high on the ground. Moshi's basically, he's got nowhere to shoot. There's so many glue walls, but Duit's gonna lose up against Jonah in that 1v1. Jonah, get high. Holding the flag high here for Buriram. They're going to have to try and find an opportunity to pick their teammates up, but it's not safe yet because they still have Ma'al to deal with.
Yeah, everybody's just hovering around, and we do see revives. Oh, Ma'al's going to try. Misses Joanna.
Staying strong in that compound. Do not move. Hua Esports in the vicinity as a tackle round are trying to advance onto WAG.
Yeah, but they still continue to fight inside. They've got one knock. They've got the trade at the very least, but the man advantage still with attack all around. Homeboys get eliminated in the middle of this fight, but Allen still trying to buy time. Nah, doesn't get the position. WAG bow out at 9th.
Yeah, we're running out of space here, so teams are looking really desperate to try and find some kind of natural cover, any kind of compound to work with as they get ready for that next circle. But so far, a tackle round and AG Global in complete domination of some of the most favorable places in this circle, whereas everyone else coming in from that southern side. The Axel from Expand using a vehicle to do his best to basically rotate around and not to get spotted. 18 Deer, though, running into a skirmish there with Buriram. I don't know if Star Knights can do it, but if they can get rid of Buriram, that's a major contender out of the competition. But no, they get obliterated thanks to Get High and Moshi.
Yeah, really good Riptide Rhythm there. Just clear out a majority of the mess, the noise blocking their way. Falcons are going to have to try their best here.
Into Hua.
A lot of CQC weapons.
Oh, Carrero.
They've already found one. Looking for a little bit more. Do even getting involved. Triken does find his own into Peter so far, but looks like there is some outside intervention here. Falcons trying to play on the inside. trying to keep Hua out and asking for some kind of safety line. Somebody needs to bail them out of this situation, but if they keep playing inside that compound, they're not going to find that support. Death and Yanbin, it's a 2v1. If On Fire can clutch this, almost. Death catches him still right through the window.
Big body shot as well. So Falcons, our leader of the competition, is out. So we are basically down to the rest of the teams. I mean, we still have Buriram, so very, very good opportunity for Buriram to take that first place away from Falcons now, knowing that they're going to have the advantage in placement points and sitting on those 8 eliminations. But if they get eliminated by PE Sports, that would be massive. But it's down to Don't Cry. It's just one player versus 3. Get High out of the building. Jonah gets sacrificed, but they do get rid of PE Sports in the process, but it's going to come at a very expensive cost.
Yep, the red
caught by Cypher from AG. Buriram is out. We're down to our top 3.
Dude, did AG just get so lucky this game with that bull ring? Like, everything is just falling in their favor.
In their laps.
And their laps. They're at full fighting strength. They're fully looted, by the way, and they're taking 2 fights on 2 separate fronts against Hua. Death should be eventually going down here, but it looks like Stop might be in some trouble if he doesn't get some help now.
It might end up being a massive fight here between Tackle Round and AG Global. Hua down to their final person. Death is the next one to go down thanks to Caramel. 9 players, 8 players left. Our top 2 teams have been locked in. AG Global and Attack All Round. Final circle has been decided. It is now time to go. And at the moment, look at where Attack All Round is positioned. They have that central house, so it's going to be up to AG Global to find a way through.
AG being the one aggressive, trying to take the bottom of that house, getting hit by nades here, slowing it down. Cypher takes his breath. Caramel is going to heal back up here.
Dude's going to have to play such a big role here for the team. If he can land a impressive snipe, that might be the opening AG need.
I think that's what he's looking for. He's looking for this angle on that second floor. He's trying to turn the corner to help Cypher look across it for him. But now they're just lobbing out the nades. Okay, we're going to start with that first. Doesn't find to connect anybody just yet. Looking at Cypher's POV, he's even worried about his left-hand side. He's worried about those windows. As soon as his head pops up, he might get blasted down.
He could get blasted down. It might be up to Limit to maybe try and pop some heads here. He's still on that rooftop, but there's going to come a point where the rooftop is not going to be useful at all, as Cypher finally goes in for the rush for the team. Juya's on the ground for AG, so they're missing out a lot of firepower. Same with Caramel. I think AG might be the ones to lose this. There's up to Stop and Cypher trying to manage that fight against Poonglob, trying to finish him off. They can't quite get him. There's too many glue walls. Cypher playing inside that compound. Cougar's going to have to try and pounce on him, because if he doesn't catch him, that might just be the loss of that final booyah. But I think this might just be it. AG Global out of gas. Attack All Round, hunting for that final kill. And they finish 4-man strong.
Woo, what an absolute blast of a game coming in from Attack All Around. It really just came down to who had more resources and can we get a revive through mid-fight.
I think it was also the positioning, right? Attack All Round, they had the better defensive positioning. They forced AG Global to make that slow crawl forward. And because of that, I actually really think it hurt when they tried to go for that final advancement, right? When they tried to go for that rush in. Dew was at half health. I'm not sure if RQ. The question is, are they going to be able to compete with a third team called AG Global?
All right, let's just sprinkle a little bit more spice into the action. We'll see what PE Sports does to respond, because they can hear it. Oh wait, no, they're all just jumping right at him. They're rushing him. Cypher's already down. Caramel's looking for the trade on towards Doots' side. They don't get it still, but at least they force him off of position.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Missed him. No!
Double kill.
It went so bad, so fast. It went so bad, so quickly.
Jeez, they missed the rail.
Everybody comes the victim to this at least once in Kalahari.
I think
everybody.
Everyone face-palmed in the chat right there.
It hurts.
That hurts.
It hurts so bad. And PE Sports, they're trying to walk away from this. Wait, actually, they're chasing AG.
Why
they see
not?
the straggling members.
Yeah, look, this is a free elim on Stop. And unless somehow this man could run down this cliff like the Flash, I don't see him being able to get away at all. And adding to that point for PE Sports, as actually one of the PE Sports players have been caught up by Stop! Stop! He got him!
Okay.
1 for 1. Worth.
Worth
Hashtag
it.
worth.
So very worth it.
Wait, I just saw RRQ flying in, so they could be going for the challenge onto PE Sports. What is this madness? Dotsy got him!
They're actually doing it. They're actually pushing them through, though. It's looking kind of good,
That's
right?
not pushing. This is bullying. This is harassment. This is a lawsuit about to happen.
I mean, if you're already going to go for their kneecaps, you might as well go through all the way PE Sports. Bow. North side. Is that Falcons coming out from the top foundation?
Oh, and they're about to possibly squeeze Hua in here, so I don't know if they've scouted it. I mean, we're watching Death's point of view. Gonna try and go for the snipe onto Mal. Got pretty close. Bring them down to a third of his health. Actually catching Ma. He actually got knocked down because of the fall damage, not because of death. Oh, goodness. But look at this, though. Falcons are here to play. And Hua Esports... if they can get someone out of here, I think that's going to be the best situation that they can ask for.
I mean, they're going to try, because right now they're trying to stop any means necessary. Triken is going to give the elimination. He was already down, but Peter and On Fire have to be fast about this. Koskyu is still anchoring for the rest of the team, but Hua, looks like they haven't decided on how they're going to play this out. They've got the POI. They brought back their whole full squad once more, and they need to make sure that they win this fight. They've already dropped the Riptide Rhythms. Jump Shot gonna trade 1-for-1 so far.
What?
Found an elimination of their own.
Yanbin, he just can't find that clear shot there onto Koskyu. Koskyu's juking is next level. Yeah, Peter might be on the ground, but Yanbin, his shots are just not connecting. Shin gonna be the next one to go down, and Yanbin. Hua Esports absolutely crippled, tricking the last player alive, and thankfully he's not here, but he is out in the blue zone. Gonna have to play catch up for the rest of his team.
I think that's fine, but that just shows Falcons, they're just the green tide, right? They're just going in every single time, taking bit by bit, space by space, and really closing in on all of your angles. It really feels oppressive dealing with them.
Oh, but we have our second eliminated team there.
Trogon waits it out and finds Luffy. Good patience. Good trigger. Koskyu still holding the top side, anchoring for the team, but the rest of the homeboys now pulling back together, getting chased down from the second floor as Peter's not letting them go through. Grapple hooks to the next build and flying like Spider-Man here, and Riptide Rhythm just to make these eliminations just a little easier.
Yeah, they did drop Peter in the process, but look at this though, coming in for those backstabs. Nika going to be the next one to go down. Fies, last player alive on the side of homeboys. Now, he is thinking about making the play happen, but sir, you have 700 coins. Go for the buyback.
Oh, does he find one? No. He's got good damage, though. I'll give him that. But at this point, breaking into the compound is costing them more than it took to actually fight for it in the first place. So unless this is a full squad wipe against BRU, I would imagine that the Star Knights not too happy about this. Oh, Peter on his knees, already knocked down here, as Expand fighting their way back on the outside of the blue.
Outside of the blue, Falcons bringing in their teammates as well, as they are also running out of fire too. They do manage to beat this out, getting rid of Expand, but look at who's coming into this fight. A full roster of RRQ. They were aggressive early on. They are fully equipped and ready to go. But speaking of fully equipped, Star Knights, they're still continuing this fight with Buriram, but they have been picked off time and time again, one by one, down to their final two players, and Buriram still 4-man strong.
Well, they're just going to have to try and hold out here, right? These compounds really, really valuable to all of these teams. Vamos looking to regroup here by the main ship, but AG has been holding it this entire, going to be the Star Knights who want to break their ties here against BRU. And now we see RRQ taking a wider angle to keep BRU within the area. And now the fight breaks out. 18 Deer is going to get knocked down straight away by Get High. As they turn the corner as well, a double for Get High as he finds another elimination. Second floor has already been compromised here as BRU trying to use the movement as best they can to waste the shots as RRQ, they back away as the blue is now encroaching on their current positions.
I really like that defensive play, but look at this though, Buriram. I'm thinking this is an opportunity for them to attack into RRQ, who have tried to go for that defensive retreat. Ma'al still on the front lines here for the team. I'm surprised Star Knight still has one player standing and he's hiding. Oh no, Fires MKS. He was hiding in the compound, but I think Jonah may have spotted him out. But look at this though, AG Global looking to go for an invade themselves.
And now they've eliminated the Star Knights here, new kill leaders on top of it. 13 eliminations? What?
I don't think this is quite surprising, but look at where these teams have launched themselves. So RRQ and AG Global right on top of each other here, on top of this shipwreck. Buriram going to be hiding on the other side, actually playing towards the top 10 side of the ship. So it could be AG Global and RRQ happening first. Oh boy. I don't know who's going to make the first move. Like, is it going to be AG Global to try and go down? Is it going to be Buriram to try and go for those snipes onto AG? Oh, it could be anything. It might be stop.
I don't know. I think it's AG who's most likely having to give up that top position where Caramel and Do are once the blue starts pulling in. And it's not a great angle to fight against Moshi.
I think it's up to Moshi. If he pops heads, I think that might be the sign for this fight to break out for RRQ and AG Global.
I think...
they need that catalyst.
Oh, Moshi. He's going to take his time with this. He's just going to wait it out, right? Honestly, they've got more space to work with in comparison to AG.
I don't know. I actually think AG and RRQ, they have a lot more cover to work with once this circle starts to move in, right? Because... having a look at where Buriram is, they either have to play around the edge of the circle or they have to go right through the center, which is not ideal. But I do like the repositioning there for AG. They're going under the ship. So this is in towards the center. It will force these teams to fight into them.
Not too sure what it looks like.
Oh, wrap around. Oh, does Gino?
I think he does. He sees RRQ where they are. BRU is still fighting on the top side. The Riptide Rhythms have been ripped upon them, so they're losing a lot of their natural cover, but they're looking down on the majority of the members as well. AG decide to actually go for the full wraparound to play underneath the ship in the middle of it on their side where BRU is, but things could change. There's plenty of exit and entry points.
Plenty of exit and entry points, and this could cause some issues as well if you do have a barrage of glue walls to work with as well. RRQ still staying grouped together, hoping it's going to be Buriram and AG to engage into each other first, trying to find that opening. Can't quite catch that head onto Wasana. These teams, they're playing slow but very methodically.
Very fun last end game here. Dude's gonna try. He takes out Caramel. Dude ends up going down. It's what? No! The launcher from Maal does the rest. RRQ still in it to win it. They just have to deal with BRU.
RRQ is so lucky because, yeah, their players are down, but they can go for these picks unless they don't want to go for the picks at all. Abe actually took his time. I think he was expecting someone to come in. They do pick up Dutz. They still have Sibek and the rest of his team, but Dutz actually ended up getting picked up anyway. Buriram, I think they're just going to wipe it up clean.
Yeah, but
that was
too much damage.
Too much damage. I think there was hesitation for RRQ because they had one player standing. They had 3 on the ground. They could have gone for the immediate picks, but they decided to wait, right? Because they were waiting to see if they were going to get immediately rushed. They didn't. They did get the final pick onto Dutz, but it was too little too late. The blue zone was just too close to those bodies on the ground.
Yeah, it's literally just one audio cue away from something bad happening. You just know it. As soon as you make that move, you're going to get punished for it. So I can understand at least why they're just a little hesitant on picking them up, but give it up for BRU. Really interesting angle that they held on that ship as well to not only force AG in a pretty awful spot, but forces them underneath the ship where RRQ can then take their angles and mirror them.
I think he had to make that call, especially with how awkward that circle ended up being. It was right on top of the shipwreck, so you have to decide.
Yeah, but it feels like AG might third it later down the line. Buriram still doing Buriram things in Alpine, just playing on the highest points of the map anyways, but Excel taking a lot of damage already. Wait, hold on. And Expand stuck in this current building with PE Esports around it as well. RRQ might stick their noses out just a little bit, but Expand is already instantly eliminated. PE Esports dominate that fight as we cut on over to Hua versus the Homeboys. Looks like a 3-3? No, 2-2.
Gonna see a buyback as well there onto Yanbin. So Homeboys' second team to be eliminated as Hua Esports gonna have to deal with WAG. We could be looking at a 3rd elimination right off the bat here.
Oh.
What a incredibly fast game of Alpine teams, just going absolutely ham. We had a couple of triple hot drops. WAG coming in with the cleanup. Yanbin has been caught by stop. Oh boy, is this the end for Hua Esports? It looks like it is. No, they still have one more. Yep. They have one final player. They have Tricken. He has a big job ahead of himself to bring this team back into the fold.
He's gotta live, but it's AG, the final team to walk into base camp. They take out the last remaining WAG member hovering around in base camp. They get the revive just in time to bail away. Let's see what direction AG is going to start chasing. As we look at the drone view, looks like Cyrus, he's already out of there.
Thank goodness you don't want to be caught here. So WAG, they are not looking too bad. They have 3 players still remaining. They do need to bring X-Ball back in. Oh, it looks like Alan has been caught, unfortunately. So consolation, free elim there for Legalot. So Vamos going to pick up an elim for the
Woodpecker switches over, finds another one, and still gets clipped at the end by the Trogon. Do finding his revenge.
And Vamos, after that play...
They're using the Riptide Rhythm to quickly burn it down after clearing the corners on the bottom floor. A good protocol is attack all around, easily break through. Electrotherapy not going to help you out when you're all lined up perfectly for the Trogon shots to come after. Jump God has done enough work, and LBT still alive because of the electrotherapy, looking for a revive onto Leaho, but it's only for what? Getting blasted through? It's not looking good as a fight between AG as well as Hot happening on the opposite side. Attack all around should be able to clear this up pretty quick. PE get eliminated at 8th.
Wonderful surround. They just covered all their bases, all their exits, just nowhere for them to escape. But Esports, they're down to death. Shin is melting. AG is actually down to their final player as well.
They are, and Star Knights, at least they're at full fighting strength, but they don't have as many eliminations as some of the other competitors. They knock out Hua, and at this point, they should start getting hungry here to find and maybe even steal away limbs from the other squads.
Look, if you are hungry, there's a team called Star Knights who are starving. They have been wanting points all day today. And the fact that they have survived this long, and look at the teams remaining. It's RRQ, Buriram, Attack All Round, Falcons, the top teams in these 2 groups. If Star Knights can play this slowly, methodically, and find their way safely into that inner circle, they're going to definitely get those points. But they might have to try and fight through Attack All Round first or Falcons. And actually, it looks like they're the ones advancing onto Falcons as Buriram and RRQ having a bit of a standoff, but also scouting out the positioning of Falcons.
Yeah, they need RRQ and as well as Buriram to start off the fight. Oh, wait, no.
They're launching away.
They're letting off the weight, so the pressure isn't on them as much as it is for Attack All Around or even Falcons, right?
They split. They decided to go for the split, so they have 2 players within that central compound, and then they have 2 players sniping on the edge. Risky play, because if both players from either of those positions get sniped, that's going to be it for that position. You won't have enough players to try and go for the revive. So, Star Knights, they tried to go for the central play. They launched themselves in, but they are sitting at Darks as they are being sniped by Falcons, and it's one more as well. We know how accurate this man can be.
Yep, and here we go. Falcons now taking up the space. They want to play on this lower side towards the rock face, just to make sure they have natural cover to play with. They're trying to flush out the last member here. The poor man. The Riptide Rhythms are coming through from Buriram United side here, so they need to clear this up quick and pull back before they end up exchanging. Now that Buriram sees that the majority of the resources have come out, do they want to keep up with this war of attrition?
Now, speaking of this war, what is happening next? That circle is going to end up being next to the roadside. So these teams are going to have to continue up this hill and play with what limited resources, what limited cover they have towards that side of that circle. So Falcons having to play with the open ground. It's going to have to be a bit of a sniping war here. The moment they get that down, that's the opening for Falcons to go. But Buriram is also on the other side, providing a lot of assistance for Falcons, shooting away wherever they can. And RQ quietly sitting towards that northern side of the circle as well.
Yep, it's the short side of the circle, so they can actually slow walk into it if necessary, while everybody else will need to move relatively quick. Attack all around, know what their rotation looks like, but the real question is, where is Falcons going to attack? Because Buriram looks to be pushing them into attack all around.
Everyone except RRQ is bunching up. That's a sign, Gideon. They are ready to fight. They have their glue wall melters ready to go. I hope they have their grenades, because we're looking at 3 rosters of 4 players. So many glue walls already deployed. These teams trying to work with a maze, but look at all of this. The glue walls absolutely melting, and even RRQ wants a piece of this.
Yep, they're trying to sandwich Buriram United, who was initially pushing Falcons into attack all around, now turning into a 2v2 squad battle. Attack all around, bowing out early here. Falcons, RRQ, and Buriram still have all 4 of their members up and kicking right now as they play around this shed. RRQ with the superior position, but the Riptide Rhythms is clearing out a lot of that space really fast as Falcons reposition. Oh, whoa. Look at this wall. Falcons getting looked down upon by BRU and RRQ.
That's a nest right there if I ever saw one. But, and we do finally have the summoning of the monster truck. So this is going to be something that will be a huge asset with how open of a space these two teams are playing with. But the fact that Falcons, because they're so dead set on using those glue walls and they have no cover, they are basically free food.
They're getting blasted down by both BRU and RRQ, working together. Riptide rhythming off of cooldown, get rid of the covers. BRU now looking for the points onto Peter. They knock him down.
They got him.
They've capped him, and now it's RRQ that they gotta deal with. Full combat, here we go. Tatsuya dashes already to the right side, but the monster truck, it's cutting through at least two of the glue walls, not through the main thick of it just yet. Mochi ends up dying because of that. Dudes picks him up. He'll find that elimination as Jonas next to Paul. Wasana is keeping the right side as clear as possible, but it's not looking good as Wasana is the only one left. 3 against 1. RRQ Kazu looking to end this, and they find the Booyah, taking Wasana out, shutting him down. GG, well played for RRQ.
And they even had time to pick up Ma'al for that as well. They say, we leave no man behind when we grab these Booyahs. But that was a crazy endgame considering that it was a 3-way standoff, right? We had Falcons, we had Buriram, we had RRQ. And unfortunately for Falcons, they got the short end of the stick. They had no natural cover to work with. We had Buriram sitting in the shed. RRQ had the hay bales. And the fact that they had the natural cover, they didn't have to use all of their glue walls, just trying to buy time to, because realistically, there are going to be some teams that favor certain maps and vice versa. Some teams just before. They are the Bermuda one-hit wonders. It is this. Mar also goes down too, so... RRQ, they've still got 2 players. They do go for the buyback onto C1 Bank, but a bit of a painful one as God of Wolf. Going to be eliminated there thanks to Trap.
Falcons doing really, really good. This next circle closure...
PT, they're gone.
What? Hotspot, right?
No, I think RRQ is going to be the next problem here. Like, they've just flown in. They're going to be the ones to gatekeep Falcons. And we know the sniping game for RRQ is great. And their inventories are looking fantastic as well. They're going to finish off Nameless here thanks to Dutz. So... This is an ideal position for RRQ. They are in such a good spot to just try and spot out some of these other teams, see which direction they're going to come from, and go for these little cute snipes as Death. Going to be knocked down by On Fire. Falcons looking to secure some more eliminations, sitting on 10 to their name at the moment, but kind of stuck now because they're outside the circle.
Actually, I don't think they're as stuck as we think. Right now, they're just hovering around trying to find as many stragglers as possible, but notice that on the main site where we see BTR, they're playing on top of a highway here, which means you can play underneath that road at the same time. So I would only imagine that once we see a definitive action from RRQ, do we see Falcons take their time in, because they're getting punished, and at the same time, BRU controlling the western side of this map, having actually a harder time to make it in.
So I do believe, okay, a tackle round has sort of moved in. Falcons, I also believe, are going to be using that highway, so they have the high ground to play with on that top right-hand corner of Twin Bridge. And RRQ are going to be at the mercy. One of the players are up there. Buriram going to be guarding this western side here. They do see one of the players on RRQ who is there in the distance. Exposy is nearby, but he is hiding. Not revealing his position, but here's the majority of the players. Homeboys, relatively clear entry point, but everyone else, though, incredibly grouped up. And actually, Falcons about to run into one of their biggest nemesis, Bigatron Delta.
And this is after pushing RRQ out of the way. They're going to be fighting on top of this bridge here, and Kyung trying his best. They've already got 3 knockdowns. Oh my goodness, Falcons with one felled hand, taking out 3, and Koskyu on his knees, but he doesn't mind getting picked back up here. An amazing trade here by Falcon. 14 limbs.
14 limbs, but unfortunately for them, the circle is not in their favor. It's moved away from that highway, so Falcons are going to have to try and make their move to find a different point of entry, because they're being gatekept by a tackle round and RRQ at the same time. And they're going to have to deal with another problem team, Buriram, who's coming in from that bottom left-hand corner, chasing that final player there on the side of Twisted Minds, X-Posy. This man has done his absolute best to try and play that long-term game at the end of this final circle. I mean, he survived this long. He deserves to have a sweet farewell.
And here he goes. Jonah gonna put him down finally. They're still in it though.
Oh, Jonah!
Jonah!
One shot!
How did he get both of them? I thought for sure he's too far away to be seen, right? His head sticks up for half a second.
Holy, look at that. Buriram and RRQ. Same compound, different floor.
They can try still. They got to make it into the compound first. They know their outsides are exposed to the homeboys, which they know, so that's why they have their anchors on the outside. RRQ still holding on to two separate compounds. Oh, no. You're right. It is a portal goal. They're getting out of there entirely, giving it up to Buriram.
Giving it up to Buriram. I really like this move. Just giving themselves a bit of breathing room to try and not have to sit there worrying about a team that's going to try and storm your second floor. Falcons, really great point of view here over attack all round. RRQ is on the low ground as well, so attack all round, they're either going to have to defeat RRQ or find a different compound because you know RRQ, they don't like to share.
They do not, and RRQ just trying to keep homeboys out of it, but even attack all around, making it difficult for anybody on the outside. They don't commit too hard to this as Falcons now take the roof here, and will have to attack all around first. RRQ, are they aware of this? If they swing out now, they might just find a couple of stragglers. They almost find one and attack all around Cougar, but at this point of time, holding on to that bottom floor is way more important as Falcons control the top side. They've drawn their battle lines, and now it's about washing them out as they're trying to flush them bit by bit through walls.
Infestation of players in this one compound. We've got Falcons on the rooftop, RRQ on the ground floor, attack all around, trying to find a room to rent, but this hotel is full, baby, and they're down to their final player. Poon God is gone. Top 4 teams, 11 players remaining, and we've got some major teams left in the competition, but how in the heck is Homeboys still in the game?
Hey, the Aleph, he's just creeping about. He's at the back of the room. He's just chilling. Doesn't want to stick his head out too far. Play for those sweet position
look
points.
At Ali if he's like, guys, please no. Just walking with the circle.
He's like, please shoot Falcons. Please shoot Falcons.
Oh, no! He's been spotted, Jonah. Jonah, why? Mercy, Jonah.
Jonah is just ending people's stories. Oh, wow! Coscu, back of his head blows straight through. A Falcon making an overly aggressive move here onto BRU's position, thinking that they can isolate the fight, but now fall into a 4-to-1 man advantage. Even going to be dropping the Riptide rhythm here. Oh man, that's such a big blunder.
I feel like they were in such a desperate position to move that they had to just sort of make that risky play happen. And the fact that Buriram, they have this defensive advantage, they're just going to walk right into RRQ. They don't care. These glue walls don't mean anything to them. They have 14 points to their name. 4-man roster strong. Just going to run right behind those glue walls. Get High does get dropped to the ground though, but Buriram, they have more than enough in the tank to finish this game off, but they've got one more left on the rooftop. Falcons, the last player. He's like, guys, I don't know what to do. There's no nest up here. My wings are cut. He gets Jonah.
Oh, dude, I thought Jonah was going to one-tap him one more time, just for old time's sake, but at least we get to see the score. 16 eliminations by Falcons.
He has to jump at some point. He's got to jump. He jumps. Moshi, animation, full animation. He gets Moshi!
Oh! Wait, okay.
Gosh.
Wasana ain't gonna let that slide. Wasana at least was able to pull it back, but it does mean 2 more elimination points for Falcons, despite the whopping number that they're putting up here. Holy cow, this lobby got farmed hard.
This lobby, yeah. Looking at the final scoreboard, we're going to be showing this a little later on, but the points are skewed. It's terribly skewed.
Page 1 is kind of disgusting. It's bad. It's real bad. But give it up for BRU. Buriram United Esports does it again. And see, he's not going to get away with this. Is he going to do
it? Depends on how observant Falcons are.
Wait, he's down. Somebody shot him.
Trying something new. Maybe this is going to be the recipe or the formula to bring them back into this game. As we are back to PTE Sports. They've run into Homeboys. Oh, an E-car from Bigatron finally getting caught out, unfortunately, by Fires.
Yeah. Now we see the full engagement between Homeboys as well as PTE by the Shrine here. PTE's backs are exposed as Aleph is able to get a couple of shots in, uses both Tatsuya dashes to reposition on the high ground here. So the rest of the Homeboys getting pinched slowly by the duo of PTE. This is starting to break up the battle lines. They go underneath the caverns as well. And finally, the 2v1 that they've been looking for works out. Micah is down on his knee. Godvan has already good traded. They managed to pull him back up. And this is looking great for the Homeboys as they've been winning out their individual twos.
Yeah, and Zenzi gets caught out. So PTE Sports, they don't manage to win that engagement, unfortunately. But they do have players on the other side of the map that did get picked up. So yeah, Homeboys, they might get the points, but PT, they are not out of this game, but they do have a long way to that road to recover on the side of the building. And looks like Homeboys, they've run into Hawaii Esports, and we've got a monster truck involved.
Yeah, Mika gonna take the monster truck in on fire. Wait, hold on. Falcons is also here as well. Hua, 3 members will have to take on the rest of the Falcons at full fighting strength from the northern side. It's quick CQC, but it looks like the Falcons seem to be holding the ground for now. They're looking for death. If they get this, they find it. And now it's a 2v4, and it's not looking good. Insurance policies have been put into play. Yanbin out of there. Jumps from one fight to jump to another. Gets taken out. Hua eliminated.
Thanks to Twisted Minds, who was able to get the final shot there. Twisted Minds hanging tight there in command post, holding the southern side of that circle. Only really having to worry about PT Esports as Zenzi gets sniped out of the sky. Thanks to Moji. It's actually Buriram terrain here, actually. And I don't think this is actually that bad here for Buriram. They fight, but they are slowly making their way. They're advancing onto that combat. Twisted Minds. Look at this, though. I don't think Buriram are paying attention.
They're
more focused on Falcons, but RRQ are going to be the ones to jump right into Falcons territory, too.
I think Buriram's in an okay spot. The first nade here. Moshi takes the punishment, and here comes Diamond to start pushing in as the entry fragger for the team. If they got glue wall melters, now's a good time to use them as they start pushing through. Buriram forced to actually move into the compound where they see Falcons fighting RRQ for no choice other than to fight. 2 are down, 2 remaining as they continue to push forward. Falcons continue to show why they're the best, but RRQ stays strong. Peter the next to fall. Jonah, the last person remaining for BRU with 11 eliminations under their belt. Could be a 12 as RRQ control the Arsenal area.
They barely defended, and it was all because of Twisted Minds. The fact that they came in from a blind spot. Buriram did not know that Twisted Minds were coming. They came in for the surprise. It forced Buriram to go into RRQ's compound where Falcons also were. And the fact that there was no cover, they couldn't get in safely at all. They just got picked apart left, right, and center. So now we have our top 14 players remaining. And look at this, 2 rosters of 4 and 2 rosters of 3.
Oh my goodness. Wait, this is working out for Todak, actually. They keep control over RRQ while Evos Divine actually runs straight into Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds on the high ground, but it's actually not good for them because they're so close. Evos taking punishment from the opposite members of RRQ and Todak, but it's going to be Twisted Minds Nameless who finds the frags anyways. More elimination points for Twisted Minds.
Ray is hiding on the corner of that glue wall, but he is basically running out of time there. Now out in the open, Evos are gone. Top 3 teams, RRQ, Todak, and Twisted Minds. All 3 teams would love to get the Booyah here. They need it so desperately. Twisted Minds playing on that high ground. Todak going to try and work with that natural cliff face. They do try to use that monster truck, but instead Wings gets shot out of the seat.
Twisted Minds continue their aggressive side. Spartan tactics pushing onto the wards, the weak flank here, and they continue to press out. Todak's trying to keep them in check, but RRQ is not participating in this whatsoever.
And Mal, I think he's going to try and play the long game, hiding inside the glue wall. Sensei going to be caught out by Exposy. Twisted Minds, 4-man strong. I think this might just be their game. They are in no disadvantaged position. They have all the glue walls, all the utilities, everything, and the kitchen sink just to win this game. And they're going to finish off Mal. Final player in this game. Twisted Minds have finally woken up. Their heads are screwed on straight. Welcome back.
Yeah, drop the balloons on. Definitely a good celebration for Twisted Minds to find back the pace, get some tempo back, get some speed, and, of course, in their natural habitat. Man, good stuff coming in from Twisted Minds. I think that generally, this is a pretty high elimination lobby, but I want to see the game stats at the end just to confirm it.
I think we all want to see the game.
Here, I was expecting a little bit more on Boxing Gym, but it ended up heading towards Deca Square and Mud Site. So, interesting enough, BTR at the very least on the northern side is going to be okay, but let's quickly look at RRQ as they're taking down. They've already found Iza here.
No,
they might just want...
3.
Oh, can they get one more? Yes, they've already found it here. Quick E-limbs being found by RRQ. They just need 2 more to take out the rest of GOW.
Oh, Dion, this man is empty.
Wait.
He's got no coins. He's got nothing. He's on the rooftop. Torak is coming in, and that's it. God of Wolf has been caught.
They've been caught. But now that Todak is scouting out, there's also Twisted Minds. Raja gets called in as well. So 2 scouts, Traps, and as well as Raja, Explosive and Diamond sniffing out this early elim leader.
Oh boy, Twisted Mind's going to be sticking their nose into their business, and Abe going to be caught and finished off by Exposy. In the meantime, looks like PT Esports going to be running into Homeboys on the other side of the map as Twisted Minds running into RRQ. Gets a big fat hit into C-Bank. That's going to be another player for RRQ, done and dusted. But thankfully for them, Judge has managed to find an escape, and he is going to survive for the team. But now Twisted Minds running into a bit of a skirmish here with Todak. They can't find the finish. Diamond, he does finally get it onto Traps though, which is a very big pickoff. Major player for Todak and Raja.
What? And I think it was also a tackle around.
Spies. Oh, there goes Homeboys.
Out of the compound, attack all around, tried to pinch them on the bottom floor, but it ends up that they lost their position. BRU on the 3rd floor fighting against Todak as they've already rushed them on this top side. The ice grenades doing some good work against Wings trapped on that stairs. Todak, their insurance policy in Raja.
Raja has no idea that Twisted Minds is on the rooftop.
I'm pretty sure
no idea.
He can hear the footsteps for sure. Sure. He's down to a crawl. He cannot reveal himself.
Panic right then. But we're doing the tech. You know, you're staring at the wall. No one's going to notice. He tried. There's no way he's winning this. He juked for a little bit, you know. 2-second juke.
I mean,
props to him.
Diamond took 0 damage. Jump shot alone. Yep, he's already setting up for the pre-fire. Might as well heal up. Tatsuya dash. Trades 2-2. Yep, and that's RRQ eliminated. Hey, at least PTE 6 eliminations. This is taking some positional points for themselves and actually a pretty good spot in the ring.
Pretty good spot.
I'm about to eat my words.
Yeah, because you saw Buriram.
More so, I feel like this 4th closure, it might mess with them.
But maybe Evos could maybe save them from that hell. If they can actually cut down Buriram from a couple players, that would be massive. G'day, they first one to go down on the side of Evos and Aim God. PT and Buriram teaming up to eliminate Evos. And now they're down to ABAX, their final player. And he's basically just left on this side of the building. He's going to try and do a little bit of damage to Twisted Minds, but I think he regrets it now. He's like, wait a minute, I'm poking the Hornet's Nest here.
It's too late. You're already knee-deep in the Hornet's Nest. He gets blasted down by PTE, actually finding that elimination. Now, the Riptide Rhythms are going to be ruining the glue structure that we see, but Diamond, quick turnaround, turns the corner, gets some good damage. BRU still has to fight back. Wasana is alive at the very least. They're back up to full fighting strength. No knockdowns just yet. They're locking themselves inside, hoping that an outside team is going to do something about it, and I think that team might just be PTE.
It might be, although I'm looking at these teams, I kind of think you guys have to turn around, right? That compound that you're competing for, it's not within that next circle. Twisted Minds, they're on the outskirts, being prevented from moving forward due to Buriram, but PT coming in from the sides could be that third party that's going to stop both of these teams. Twisted Mind's going to be launching their players inside the circle. This play has to happen. I do like this, but can they find a compound to hide in? There's one nearby, and they're going to be able to occupy it. So now Buriram and PT are going to have to try and find a way to safely get in. But look at Diamond picking away at Bigatron Delta.
They didn't know. Bigatron Delta is too involved with the fight, with their current fight on the high ground against Falcon. One on the highway, one on their roof. Actually, 2 on their roof. You might even say that they own the building already, but they're starting to push on through, and BRU taking on PTE. They're making short work of them. PTE not even shooting back at this point.
Yeah, they're so focused on trying to get within the circle that PT... It's up to Varda, but you are surrounded. You've got Buriram left, right, and center. Get High is there, and Varna is gone. PT is finished in 6th place. Now Peter going to be going onto that rooftop because look at this. Twisted Minds are going to try and compete with them as well. Nameless going to be on the ground. Team is still there on that rooftop. Falcons, they don't really have too much to clear here because they've used that glue wall to block that entry point. So they're stuck on the rooftop. Bigatron, though, their last player, hiding on that ground floor, staring into the corner, praying nobody notices him either. These guys, they're still fighting for this compound, but the final circle, it has been determined. It's on the roadside.
Okay, that's totally fine. They're summoning the monster trucks in now. For now, Falcons don't mind staying on the outside. If Buriram really want to force everybody out, they probably should try and flank this house, but it's going to come at a very heavy cost.
Death is... met his death.
He's meeting himself for the first time, just looking in the mirror.
The name fits.
The name is suitable.
In this context, yes.
For now, once again, I think that Falcons, it's a really interesting position to be in, right? You're on the second floor, but you're only playing on this rooftop of the second floor. You don't control ultimate height, but at the very least, you've costed Twisted Minds pretty much all of their resources.
Yeah, I think forcing out the utility is a good idea too, though, no? Because it means later on they're not going to have access to this to try and flush them out of the building. On fire, though, actually trying to rush that second floor. Peter on fire down. Korora is the only player left on the side of Falcons. Twisted Minds, I believe they have finally overcome that building, forcing Falcons out. They're going to have to try and find a different way into the circle. Going to try and play around on the outside, but with barely any health. This might just be it for Falcons.
Yep, and this compound is slowly getting encapsulated by the blue. Kyong should be the next to fall as Get High is going to cut him off. Any rotations of making it into the ring. Buriram still on the opposite side, eliminating their options to get out. Buriram! They box them in. Wasana? First to fall, they're still going to fight it out. It's currently a 4-for-1 trade. It's not looking too good as Twisted Minds are the ones at the life deficit. BRU is still relatively healthy. They go on the outside and Moshi gets so many!
That's what happens when there's nobody to contest with Moshi. He pops heads like it's nobody's business. It's his full-time job.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's why his setup's right in front of the door. Opens that door, pops heads, closes it. I'm done for the day, boys. Call me when you need me.
See you tomorrow.
Disgusting. That was really smart of BRU. Cuts off any escape mechanisms. They're all in that house. And they're figured out Hua was in this building to begin with. But at the same time, do they want to keep on sticking around? But it looks like they are going to go through with the breaching of the second floor. They've traded 1-for-1, but now looking for the rest. The entry frag was good, but a little too good, as a matter of fact. But Hua is still holding strong, holding the same angle, playing behind a couch, and leaving Limit all by himself.
Limit all on his own. And look at this Shin. If he can get the elimination here, that's a tackle round gone. He just has to find that money shot. Can he get it? He gets one connection, still chasing after Limit and Tricken. He's found a monster truck. He's like, guys, we're going after this. You thought you could bully us. It's our time to shine.
Oh, and even with committing the Tatsuya dash, Limit tries.
Limit.
He tries.
A tackle round. They're gone. To Hua Esports.
That's crazy. They failed on the breach, had to invest in the insurance policy, got run down.
And on the other side of the map, we have RRQ shredding Falcon back for the team. Just try and create some space and ensure his teammate can escape. Evos is going to stick around. A-back still on the ground. And Ray will get the finish off onto Don.
Nicely done. Even glue walling it off, expecting resistance afterwards. Electrotherapy going to keep his boy alive, but
they're gone.
Unfortunately, they're gone. Big shutdown here. Huge shutdown, actually, for BTR. And now Todak come in to say hello.
They've come in to say hello. Surprise, Evos and Abax and Ray get caught with their pants down. That's a big elim for Todak. And unfortunately for Evos, they are now currently split as a team. They still have Aim God and Good Day. And thankfully they found a motorbike for one of the players. So it's not just going to be food in that late game.
Yep, indecision is going to cost them. Same goes here. Twisted Minds already taking out a majority of the members of Todak here, winning this fight pretty handily. Wings by himself. Currently Todak, as the elimination leaders, Wings the only one standing left in the corner, turns too fast. Todak eliminated at 8th.
And RRQ. Teams on the Western Island, they're going to have to try and either decide to cross the bridge now. They need to get across now before that circle gets a little bit too close, because ideally you do not want to be crossing that river if possible. Bigatron, though, going to be in a skirmish themselves, fighting up against Twisted Minds, who are using so many glue walls to pincer them in, trying to go for the final shot. Kyong has been caught on the side of Bigatron. Dix trying to fire back. They have caught Nameless so far. Diamond, big grenade, and Twisted Minds deleted from the competition. Perfect.
Disgusting. BTR, RQ, these Indonesians and their launchers, they don't miss with these very often.
The next opponent, Falcons.
Round 2, baby. Here we go. Falcons going to be lobbing the grenades first to actually break the position down from BTR. They've already found one in Koja. They want to get the secondary one in Aikal, but he's already in a vehicle. All blasting it. It's going. The vehicle should be destroyed soon. 50%, and he's down. Aikal. Whoa, wait. RRQ are the ones who pick up the elimination, though.
Nice steal. Nice little pick off. And Dix.
Don't move.
Don't move, yeah. Good call.
Oh.
He's healing.
Just walk away. Just walk away.
No, you don't. You just pray that they don't look around. They didn't look. They're not looking.
They can't see him.
They have no idea.
He even drops a wall. No way. He drops a wall. They don't hear it. Wait. Does he realize that somebody is literally right behind him right now?
Yeah, I'm very sure they're scouting now. No?
No way. Another one. Another hide and seek champion.
Oh my gosh. We have seen too many enter, but we have to also consider the fact that what is in this circle? There is hardly anything. It's just trees, path, nature. Where's the natural cover?
They could play on the low ground potentially. It's a bit of a slope on that western side that where GOW is right now, which is what they're doing. They're playing around that hill, and there's still more low ground to actually play the further north they head up to. BTR, despite getting full revives, all get eliminated by 3 different teams. They are, again, not allowed to touch the sacred ground.
Can't touch the sacred ground. Evos are not allowed to live in peace either. His homeboy's just throwing a couple pot shots here and there, hoping just anything connects at this point. But RRQ, I am really interested to see how they're going to hold down the fort being in the center of that circle already. Is it just going to be glue walls? Is it maybe just going to be a whole barrage of monster trucks as your natural cover, you know?
I feel like it kind of depends on what cover they actually have. I don't know if they're currently just sitting in a shack or a chalet with windows at their backs, or if not, where BRU was previously in map number 6, where it's only facing outwards. But ABAX trying his best. He doesn't have the weaponry. It's CQC, but it's still, you're just seeing heads float by as even the homeboys are not letting them out. Electrotherapy ain't gonna save you if you're the only person with 4 members looking down your throat. Luffy is already down. Mika the next to fall. 2 for 2 trade as Ray and his G'day get ABAX back up to fighting strength. Ray the next to fall. It's now a 2v1. They've taken out ABAX. Can they get a little bit more? Yes, EVOS is eliminated, and Homeboys, they win it out, but it looks like GOW had a hand in that bout.
They had a hand in that bout, and also it doesn't help that they had such low health bars in that fight because they were fighting in that blue zone. And look at that, though. We see Jonah being eliminated by God of Wolf. Looks like Buriram are struggling to find their way into that circle. Wasana running into Falcons, and he manages to get the elimination, but at the cost of Wasana's life. They still have Good High and Moshi, but with only 2 men remaining on the side of Buriram, it's going to have to come down to the sniping game. But with God of Wolf looking them down, their sniper barrels, I don't think they're going to survive for very much longer. Nah,
God of Wolf, they've played their end game so well. They've crippled every other team. They now have a full man advantage. The only way is if we see a pickoff on GOW coming in from RQ or even BRU. It just seems unlikely that it's BRU right now because, again, God of Wolf currently just looking down their sights, making sure they can't get any ground.
And it looks like we do have those little shacks for RRQ. They have been quietly hiding away. So they're waiting for their opportunity. It looks like it's going to end up being that major skirmish between God of Wolf and Buriram, and RRQ maybe coming out of the woodworks later on to clean things up and hopefully sweep up that final booyah for themselves. But they're not out of the woods as of yet. That circle is slowly going to start advancing, and it's going to come down to Buriram. Can they break through God of Wolf, or will God of Wolf stop their advancement?
Okay, this is working out actually pretty interestingly because BRU now high behind the trailer, now open and exposed to RRQ, flushing them out, and now it's all open field. Oh my god, it's about to get real hectic here. RRQ trying to hold their own position as GOW have the most amount of play space. They've already taken 1 member down from BRU's side, and now are looking for the rest. Demon finds 1. They need to pick Iza back up, and they do. Mal the next to fall. Dudes as well as Abe taking fire, but they can only deal enough damage to keep themselves alive. It's 2v1v1, and God of Wolf have collapsed.
And Dutz is down to his final glue wall. He's got one more med kit, so he can go for a little bit more healing. But this is really awkward. 3 teams left, 4 players remaining. 2 of them from RRQ. The snipes not connecting as of yet. It's a question of whether.
What?
Shutting down Diane's dreams, and now it's going to be Dutz and Abe going up against Moshi. But the thing is, Moshi is in his terrain. He's a sniper. Dutz and Abe, they're going to have to try and carefully craft their path towards him. Dutz is caught! Moshi.
Give him one more.
Moshi. Abe. How do you do it, Abe?
Oh, he's tagged. He lost 60%.
Abe. I don't know how this man does it.
I really don't either. Abe is going to have to try his best because Moshi is full of util. He just used all of his nades.
Abe.
5 glue walls to no glue walls.
He's got 1 shot.
He's going to try. Oh, it's
the jinx.
close! It's so close! Abe has no glue walls, and that's why he's running around, but he does have a Trogon, which Moshi does not have.
No,
Connects the shot! Abe, clean swing! Oh my goodness! The pucker factor on that game.
Look at the relief on their faces too. The patience on that man. They could have just zombie ran into Moshi, but the fact that he held his composure, he waited. He waited so patiently. He thought out that route so carefully, waiting for the Tatsuya dash to come off cooldown and to use Moshi's glue walls to his advantage.
That was some genius plays. I mean, give it very diverse in terms of the distribution, but now the overall standings, Buriram clearly in the lead without any questions. As Team Falcons close to breaking.
Final 4 games for teams in Group A and B, and the ultimate goal is making top 6.
Top 6 is the objective here, and that's why you're seeing a majority of the players from the leaderboard coming in from the groups that have just played. And I mean, Group B just... what can we say? We cannot sing their praises more than this.
Group B.
They're just crushing it.
They should rename this to Group B Player Leaderboard.